there are certain things that you need to get wrong or right in order to relapse. Things like bad sleep, low energy, ignoring cravings. All of these things will lead you to relapse. One of the points that I made was recognizing the dip or the breaking points and just taking some time out of your day to mitigate them. So today I want to go a bit more in depth into that idea of breaking points, monitoring them and preventing yourself from relapsing, going back to scrolling by mitigating them and returning yourself to normal. This is the first draft of the awareness reflection checklist that's quite empty, but the main idea behind it is at the end of the day, you would go through each of these points and make sure that you don't have any of these breaking points which will cause you to scroll. The whole idea is that these can act like alarms or indicators that you pay attention to, and if any of these are wrong, you can take some time and prevent yourself from scrolling. So at the end of your day, you should just quickly take 2 minutes, have a look, make sure you did all of these right. I'll now go through each of these 10 indicators. First 3 are very simple. You have good sleep, no cravings, exercise. All 3 boost your discipline, and they're pretty self-explanatory. And by the way, exercise isn't just weightlifting, cardio, going on walks. Anything that gets your blood flowing and keeps you healthy will keep your energy nice and high and keep you in a good mood. Fourth one is what I recommend anyone to do, internalization. That's rereading and reminding yourself why you're improving in the first place and what matters to you. Staying accountable is also really important. It's good to have someone you're updating with hourly on what you're doing constantly, but if you haven't got an accountability partner, which I suggest you get one, but if you haven't, just writing down whether you've achieved your goals for the day, what you got done, any distractions, how much time you wasted, whether you moved the needle. That'll just keep you accountable and you'll be able to tell whether you've had a productive day or not. The sixth one is just keeping up with the routine, getting your morning routine done, evening routine. That's pretty self-explanatory. The seventh one is the energy zones, which I've talked about in my previous 2 videos. Make sure you're paying attention to which zone you are in and doing the end of day reflection where you chart out all 4 of these. Make sure you're doing the right amount of work. Tool skipped is a little bit more general, but that's like, are you keeping all your app blockers? Are you doing your checklist? Are you keeping all the small habits that keep you more productive and more disciplined? And if not, why? Reflection is just whether you planned and reflected at the end of the day. This is also included, but also just planning for the next day. Again, keeping accountable. And also your opinion on reflection. I found myself stopping reflection days before I started scrolling. Reflection, metacognition, being aware of how you think in general is very, very important. And after a while of staying disciplined, you'll wonder if you actually have to stay accountable or reflect, whether that's actually important. And that's what reflection is all about, but also humility. Humility, or staying humble, is one of the most important things that are on this checklist. Many of my relapses, and potentially yours too, came from believing that you are disciplined now and that you're past scrolling social media. And that's not going to go for a while. I've already talked a bit about arrogance and complacency because it's very, very important that you stay cautious of it. Getting this wrong, becoming complacent, is what sabotages all of these other triggers. You stop paying attention to your cravings, your routine starts to slip, you abandon some of your tools, you stop being accountable, you stop reflecting. One by one, you start to abandon all of these tools because you believe that you are now a disciplined person who no longer needs to really keep track of these things. And so your brain, being efficient in the wrong way, starts discarding them. All of these things is what made you start going on track in the first place. When you start abandoning these things, it'll cause you to relapse. Which is why I made this checklist that you should do at the end of every day to make sure that you're not at the point where you're abandoning all of these things. Because that's when you're close to scrolling social media and going back to gaming. And as I've mentioned in the previous video, it is a bit of an ask, especially paying attention to all the energy levels at the end of the day. So I'm going to make this process much, much easier, much simpler in the next series, which is probably going to come out in a week or so. As always, this is just a draft. I might add some more, but for now that's it. If you've got any questions, comment them down below and I'll try to reply to as many as I can.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.